Welcome to all to the second part of the restoration of endodontically treated teeth. So here from this part we'll know what is a post and what is a core in detail and in depth. The post is a metallic or non-metallic material which is inserted into the root canal, which helps in retention of the core component. So it's relatively rigid restorative material placed within the root of a non-vital teeth for retention of the core. And also it helps in transmitting the forces on the core to the root part. This is according to Cohen. So traditionally the endodontically treated teeth receive a post to reinforce them and a crown to protect them. So reinforcing is by post, protection is by a core. Main function is the post main function is to retain the core and protect the root. So what are the indications of a post? To retain the restoration which is placed on the coronal part and to protect the remaining two structure and to maintain the marginal integrity along with the core and crown retention. So what are the contraindications for a post? Abnormal root anatomy, extensive caries including root caries, perforations, external resorptions, short roots, dilacerated roots, blunderbuss canal, young patients with coronal fracture along with the incomplete root formation and patients with a poor oral hygiene. So what is the classification of a post? According to Engel and Wakeland, they are divided into custom cast post and prefabricated post. Among the prefabricated posts, we have tapered smooth-sided, parallel-sided, tapered self-threading screws, parallel-sided, unthreaded, parallel-sided, tapered apical end, etc. According to Schillenberg and Kessler, we have custom cast post and prefabricated post. Under prefabricated post, we have tapered smooth-sided post, tapered serrated post, tapered threaded post, parallel smooth-sided post, parallel serrated post, parallel threaded posts. And coming to materials that are used to make a post or to fabricate a post, we have under metal, we have custom cast post. Under custom cast posts, which are made up of gold alloys, chromium cobalt, and nickel chromium alloys. For prefabricated posts, we require stainless steel, titanium, and brass. Under non-metallic post, we have carbon fiber, and under fiber reinforced, we have again glass fiber, quartz fiber, and woven polyethylene fibers. And at last, we have ceramic and zirconia post. What are the ideal requirements of a post? The post should be simple and safe. It should be biocompatible. It should support the core and crown. It should provide resistance for the stresses that are falling on the tooth, the domesticatory and occlusal stresses. It should maximum the main aim or requirement is to protect the root. So adequate retention within the root. It should provide adequate retention and it should provide a pleasing aesthetics when indicated, especially in anterior teeth. And it should have a higher radiographic visibility, that is radio opaqueness, and it must be easily removable and less expensive. So this is the post placement which require a good apical seal with a minimal enlargement, and the length of the post should be adequate, and it should have anti-rotation groove along with a good marginal adaptation design. We'll move on to custom cast metal post. The indications for it are when multiple posts and cores are required in the same arch, and also when the post and cores are being placed in the smaller teeth like a lateral incisor, etc. So when the angle of the core must be changed, means if the tooth is inclined, rotated, mesially placed or distally placed, etc. In such teeth, it is indicated for a custom cast metal core so that we can change the direction or inclination of the tooth or angle of the tooth core, especially the core. So in excessively flared and elliptical canals, and and also they are very easy to retrieve. So they are indicated in such type of canals. So this is a standard post and core which is made up of a metal. So we have second main thing under this post or prefabricated. Prefabricated means it's already available in particular sizes and shapes. Example, tapered smooth is there. On the taper we have smooth sided, serrated and threaded. If you see here, it's a plain one with the smooth surfaces. These are serrated and this is threaded. This is go and it's thread the dentin. So it's bind to the dentin very strongly. On the same way we have parallel. So shape is different. Here tapered, it's a taper you can see. Here is there are parallel. That's all. Again smooth sided, serrated and threaded. So we'll come to tapered smooth sided post. They are very oldest ones and commonly widely used design. Examples are cut endo post, Moser post, and all the custom cast posts that are prefabricated in the lab by us. So we'll talk about the post retention in such post. It's the least retentive of all the post designs and also used in the teeth which are not subjected to the high masticatory stresses or occlusal stresses. And stresses from installation means as they are tapered post, these posts are self-venting and easily cemented. So hydrostatic pressures do not develop during cementation because it's a taper one, so it does not act as a piston to allow the force directly. And from mastication, yes, these are acts as a wedges, like it's a wedging pressure definitely falls on it, and also it transfers to the root also during functional movement. We'll move on to custom cast metal post. The indications for it are when multiple posts and cores are required in the same arch, and also when the post and cores are being placed in the smaller teeth like a lateral incisor, etc. So when the angle of the core must be changed, means if the tooth is inclined, rotated, mesially placed or distally placed, etc. In such teeth, it is indicated for a custom cast metal core, so that we can change the direction or inclination of the tooth or angle of the tooth core, especially the core. So in excessively flared and elliptical canals, and also they are very easy to retrieve, so they are indicated in such type of canals. So what and when and also from installation it has a vertical groove that cut along the length of the serrations allowing axial venting. So this design allows cement to escape from this groove. So maximum it provides more retention, and it provides the most equitable distribution of masticatory forces of all available post designs. So it avoids the wedging effect of the tapered post, and also it transfers only the occlusal forces via the cement layer, which serves as a medium, and also it buffers the forces. So together these two factors result in a uniform distribution of stresses in the underlying supporting roots. So tapered post, sided post with tapered apical ends. These provide greater retention, but also they are better conformed to the tapered apical portion of the canal. This comes in two variations, Digosa and Unitec BCH system, but they are very low in retention providing because when they comparable to the length and diameter of the regular parallel post, and they produce little or no installation stresses, and they definitely produces a wedging effect during the forces acting, which causes the root fracture. And coming to self-threading parallel threaded post, example Radix anchor system, they have a low frequency sharp threads and they are vented to reduce the hydraulic cementation pressure and stresses. So they act by self-cutting counter threads in the dentin, and it's designed as it's a snugly fitted panel prepared by the post systems. So it post retention because of its having a limited threads on the radix anchor, it has a less retention when compared to other actively retained post, and it induces severe stresses due to surface irregularities and non-perpendicular alignment of the post. And because of presence of few threads, the localized stress concentrations are raised on the. So evolution of aesthetic post. These are carbon fiber posts. They are black in color and we have carbon and quartz combined post, and we have only quartz or glass fibers, and we have oven like or light transmitting post. So these are the fiber based posts which are classified based on the composition. First one is carbon, second is silica. Under silica we have glass and quartz, and polyethylene are woven fibers, and zirconia. So they are very very important in clinical applications, such as they used as a intraradicular rehabilitation for teeth which has lost more than half of the crown structure. And these prefabricated pores are regularly used to build up the lost crown structure, and they can directly fabricate on the tooth, which reduces the lab procedures, which reduces the chairside time, which reduces the visits number of visits of the patient to the clinic or to the hospital. And these are also custom made posts, mainly made up of a 64% of carbon. And the advantages they have, they possess the clinical what do you say, the clinical procedure is a less chairside time consuming, so strong but low stiffness, and they are stronger than ceramic and metal post. They are easily retrievable, so less chairside time, modulus of elasticity is similar to dentin, and they are biocompatible and good. So what are the disadvantages of this carbon fiber post? They are black in color, so anesthetic, as I said, they can't be used in anterior teeth aesthetic regions, and they are radiolucent, so difficult to detect on a radiograph. This is the second important disadvantage of this carbon fiber post. So on repeated loading show reduced modulus of elasticity, because as we can't see it, we'll remove it and we'll place it again. So repeat loading happens. So definitely it reduces the modulus of elasticity. Posts are the aesthetically acceptable modulus of elasticity is similar to dentin. They are biocompatible. It distributes the stresses over a broad surface area, thus increasing the load threshold. So they are easy to handle and place, and less time consuming, favorable retention in conjunction with adhesive bonding technique, and they are higher resistance to fracture and so what are the contraindications for a post? Abnormal root anatomy, extensive caries including root caries, perforations, external resorptions, short roots, and stresses from installation means as they are tapered post, these posts are self-venting. And coming to oven fiber post, fiber composite materials or polyethylene fiber post systems. So these posts are made up of cold gas plasma treated polyethylene oven fibers. So they are embedded in a conventional resin composite matrix. So they help in a direct fabrication technique. Remember this, that directly we can fabricate it, we can mold it. This is available in ribbon type of form. So easily we can mold it according to the shape of the post. Coming to ceramic based post, these are introduced into the dentistry in the late 1980s by Crystal et al. These are aesthetic as well as biocompatible. They also exhibit improved strength and durability. They are all compatible with all ceramic restorations. So advantages, they are available in all shades of dentin like your ceramic crowns, and does not reflect the intensively through the thin gingival tissues. Hence it provides an essential depth of translucency, especially in the cervical one thirds. Only thing of disadvantage is very high cost, so it's not a so economical. So coming to core, what is a core? It's defined as a restorative material that is placed in the coronal area of a tooth to replace the missing coronal tooth structure. So the core is anchored to the tooth by extending into the coronal aspect. So core is a supragingival portion that replaces the missing coronal tooth structure and forms the center of the new restoration. So it acts as a miniature crown, nothing but miniature crown. So what are the ideal properties or requirements for a core material? It should have a higher compressive strength along with the tensile strength, and higher modulus of elasticity. That means it should be rigid. So higher fracture toughness, dimensional stability. It should have ease of manipulation and short setting time, and it should have the ability to bond to the tooth and along with the post also, and it must be biocompatible and also inert. So natural, it should mimic the natural tooth color when indicated in the anterior teeth, and also it should have a low plastic deformation, and it must be economical and easily available. So tapered post, sided post with tapered apical ends. These provide greater retention, but also they are better conformed to the tapered apical portion of the canal. Coming to the cast core, this is what we studied in a custom cast post. So this has been a traditional means for restoring all the endodontically treated teeth actually. The cast core is an integral extension of the post, and the cast core are attached along with the post. It comes in one unit, hence it does not depend on the mechanical means. The advantages are they can be easily, what do you say that placed inside the canal and easily cementable, and it's a high noble made up of high noble metal content alloy, so no corrosion also for this. But only thing is we need some fabrication in the lab. So, what are the disadvantages? Higher ratio of root fractures, and also it should require a few visits, multiple visits for the patient. And as I said, laboratory phases must for this, and also it has a highly technique sensitive. And casting have a more what do you say casting problems, defects, etc. Poracities. So all of these are disadvantages from a cast core. Coming to amalgam core, it has been used as a build-up material with well-recognized strengths and limitations. It has good physical and mechanical properties and works well in high-stress area. So in many cases, it requires additional use of pins along with the core and other methods to provide retention and resistance to rotation. So it should have an anti-rotational groove where you will place a pin also. So placement can be clumsy with this, where there is a minimal coronal tooth structure and a crown preparation must be delayed to permit the materials to be set. So it requires more time to set. So you can't prepare the tooth preparation in that visit. So you need another visit like that. So moreover, amalgam can cause aesthetic problems with ceramic crowns. It reflects as a blackish hue. So it makes the gingiva to look dark, and also there's a risk of tattooing, amalgam tattoo on the cervical gingival portion, and amalgam particles also can retain in the during crown preparation. So for these reasons, the potential concerns about mercury, which is an important one, so it's not no longer it's a widely used material as a core build-up material nowadays. So and also it doesn't possess any adhesive properties, so hence it's not a widely used or commonly used core build-up material now at present. And when so what are the advantages? It bonded to the many of the current posts, because all the current posts are adhesive systems also. So prefabricated ones. So easily they can bond to this post and also remaining to structure. It bonds easily with the remaining to structure. Hence, it increases the retention. So high tensile strength and all the tooth can be prepared for a crown immediately after polymerization. The same thing is the disadvantages when you observe for the amalgam. The same sitting you can't prepare the tooth structure or a crown. Crown preparation is not indicated in the same sitting for an amalgam. But here, hence it has a polymerization method. It sets under polymerization method. So it's you can prepare the crown very the next moment or immediately, and also it possesses a high tensile strength, and it has a higher fracture resistance comparable to amalgam, and also cast post and course. So both it's greater it has a greater fracture resistance than amalgam and than cast post and core. that it favors the fracture pattern when they fail. On the it is the tooth colored one, so it matches the tooth color and can be used under translucent restorations without affecting the aesthetic result. Post. Coming to ceramic based post, these are introduced into the dentistry in the late 1980s by Crystal et al. These are aesthetic as well as biocompatible. They also exhibit improved strength and durability. They are all compatible with all ceramic restorations. So advantages, they are available in all shades of dentin like your ceramic crowns and does not reflect intensively through the thin gingival tissues. Hence, it provides an essential depth of translucency, especially in the cervical one thirds. Only thing of disadvantage is very high cost, so it's not a so economical. Coming to glass ionomer, the glass ionomer material, including resin modified glass ionomer, lacks adequate strength and fracture toughness as a core build-up material and should not be used in teeth with extensive loss of tooth structure or with a minimal tooth structure. It is also soluble and sensitive to moisture. This is the disadvantage from glass ionomer. So when there is minimal loss of tooth structure, you can use this. But as we studied in under indications of a post, minimal loss of the tooth structure is not at all indicated for a post. So GIC works well to block out such as after removal of a MOD restoration, etc. So it's useful for small build-ups. That's it. And also fill the undercut after you remove the restorations. So hence it has a fluoride release. It acts as an anti-carcinogenic. You all know this, and it is also an adhesive material, and its thermal coefficient of expansion is so tapered post, sided post with tapered apical ends. These provide greater retention, but also they are better conformed to the tapered apical portion of the canal. This comes in two variations, Digosa and Unitec BC system, but they are very low in retention providing because when they comparable to the length and diameter of the regular parallel post, and they produce little or no installation stresses, and they definitely produces a wedging effect during the forces acting, which causes the root fracture. And coming to self-threading parallel threaded post, example Radix anchor system, they have a low frequency sharp threads and they are vented to reduce the hydraulic cementation pressure and stresses. So they act by self-cutting counter threads in the dentin, and it's designed as it's a snugly fitted from a cast core. Coming to amalgam core, it has been used as a build-up material with well-recognized strengths and limitations. It has good physical and mechanical properties and works well in high stress area. So in many cases, it requires additional